Not gonna lie, one of these songs has been probably brought up and requested. I don't even know how long it's been, man. Ever since I started doing the Beatles, this song has been requested. And I threw on the first song of this album. And many thanks to George Harrison for giving us such a gigantic album that I could literally spend years delving into it, which I have done already. And I'm not even done with it yet. So let's go. Hi, guys. Welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bang. Oh, bang. I know I am. We are back with George Harrison. Once again, one of my favorites. He's right there next to me. He's giving me the stink eye right now. He's right there. Stop looking at me, bro. What are we doing? 2 tracks. One of them was actually co-written by Bob Dylan. It's the opening track on the album. Surprisingly, I haven't heard it yet. I'd Have You Anytime, written by George Harrison and Bob Dylan. And then The Art of Dying, which, or not The Art, just Art of Dying, which is on side 4. It's actually track number 16. 16. Hey, there you go. There's some numbers for you. And I'll link George Harrison playlist up there. I've done plenty of his stuff. I'll link the Beatles playlist up there as well. Playlist for days. We got all kinds of songs. And thanks for watching. Seriously, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really, really helps. And if you want to get a video just like this, there's a Patreon in the description. Go check it out. All right. I'd Have You Anytime. George Harrison. 3, 2, 1, go.
In here, I know I've been here. Let me into your heart. Let me know you. Let me show you. Let me roll it to you.
Is that a dig at Paul?
All I have is yours. All you see is mine, and I'm glad to hold you in my arms. I'll have you anytime.
It sounds like Dylan a little bit.
Let me say it. Let me play it.
Like vocally, you know?
Let me lay it on you. Let me know you. Let me show you. Let me grow upon you. All I have is yours. In here, I know
It's so beautiful.
Let me into your heart.
Give it to me, come on. Wow. If I hadn't read that beforehand, I wouldn't have believed that was a Bob Dylan written song with George Harrison. The Art of Dying. Let's go. Kind of went together a little bit. That's funny.
Keep me here with you. Nothing
is honestly kind of a hard-hitting song in a way. God damn. What the fuck?
There'll come a time when most of us return here.
Is that George?
Back by our desire to be a perfect entity, living through a million years of crying, until you realize the odds are dying.
Oh my god, that bass is fantastic.
Can you believe me?
No. 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 It's really over? Oh. Fuck you. That was not long enough. That was incredible. What did I just listen to? That was George Harrison? That was crazy, bro. Both of those songs, other than his vocals, obviously, which are, you know, trademark, you can, the second you hear him singing, that's, you're like, that's George. But yeah, both of those songs kind of didn't really fit into my worldview of George Harrison. But now it has expanded ever further, as it does every time I listen to his music. And this album, like I said, is the gift that just keeps on giving, because I've been able to do like bits and pieces of it for like over a year now, and I'm still delving into it, still diving into it, and finding new songs that I love. I find that's crazy. There's no other thing like that on my channel. There's no band that I'm still doing the same album that I did a year ago. You know what I mean? Like only George. This is literally like a triple album. There's even a side like 6, I think. There's like, we did the that really long like apple jam or whatever it was called a while ago, from the very last side or whatever. And you know, like there's, I don't know, this is like, this album is a world in and of itself, and it shows, man. Like from the very beginning, like that's the first track, the one that we first listened to. That's the beginning track, and it kind of like sets the stage in a way for like, this isn't your this isn't gonna be the Beatles, you know what I mean? Like even though it has similar elements to some of what, you know, the Beatles stuff was, other than maybe like one or two things, this is completely George, you know what I mean? Like this is more in the vein of like Clapton and like Dylan and stuff like that. Like George was definitely influenced by his peers, but he also like really broke his own ground in his own way. He had all the stuff, you know, ready to go. The Beatles never really used his material, like 2 songs an album, and he had this ready to go in 1970. Like that's crazy, bro. You know, and him and Phil Spector really made some magic happen here. You know, like I'm actually a big proponent of the Wall of Sound, and I feel like it does have a lot of uses, and for certain, you know, musical expression and ideas you're trying to get across, it's definitely worthwhile, and it has merit in my opinion. But that's, you know, in a whole different realm of talk, not for this channel. But it's definitely a it's a choice, and I think that George and him, so good. It's like Tupelo honey and peanut butter, literally, man. And it's just a match made in heaven, to say the least. And then you've got all these great musicians paired up with one of the best in George, who is basically coming into his own, you know. This album was just destined for success, I feel like, because he was just, you know, waiting and ready to go. He had a chip on his shoulder, if anything, and he got all of his buddies together, and he's like, you know what, let's do this, bro. And they just happen to make one of the best albums of all time. I think that's amazing, man. So this album has got so many people on it, so I'm just gonna go to the song itself. I'm not even gonna waste my time on the album and name all those names. So, I'd Have You Anytime is a song written by George Harrison and Bob Dylan, released in 1970, is the opening track of All Things Must Pass. The pair wrote the song at Dylan's home in Bearsville, near Woodstock in upstate New York, in November of '68. Its creation occurred during a period when Harrison had outgrown his role in the Beatles and Dylan had withdrawn from the pressures of fame to raise a family. Isn't that something? I'd Have You Anytime is recognized as a statement of friendship between the two musicians, whose meetings from '64 onwards resulted in change in musical direction for both Dylan and the Beatles. And I'm going to, throw my own thing in there. And in turn, the entire world, because the whole world followed the Beatles and Dylan in a way, musically, covers, at least for Dylan. Yeah, I know he wasn't, he got big because of the covers like the Byrds and stuff did, I guess, and at least over here in the States. But it's very interesting. Their relationship. The song reflects the environment in which it was written, as Harrison verses urge the shy and elusive Dylan to let down his guard, and the Dylan composed choruses respond with a message of welcome. Interesting. It's not like I said, it sets the stage very well. It's pretty quick though, but it's beautiful. Like, that was honestly hauntingly gorgeous at points. And it's funny how it fit with Art of Dying in a way, even though it's like three sides separated. Like, the way that it just sort of, bled into each other. I think that was really cool, honestly, at least for me. Art of Dying. All right, so Art of Dying. He began writing the song in '66 while still with the Beatles, and during a period when he had first become enamored with the Hindu alliance, spirituality, and other aspects of Indian culture. The subject matter is reincarnation, oh boy, and the need to avoid rebirth by limiting actions and thoughts that lead one's soul to returning in another earthbound life form. Interesting. See, you're talking to me now. All right, Harrison's, because I got some weird vibes in that song. I'm not gonna lie, not like in a bad way, but like, whoa. If you notice me kind of like zone out there in the middle of it because something hit me, and I was like, whoa, there's something else going on here, bro. He channeled some interesting things in that Art of Dying song. Those solos, just absolutely blistering, but like it almost blinds you to like what he's saying in a way, because the music is so intense that you listen to what he's saying actually, and it's like, holy shit, it's pretty profound, to be honest. And then like reading that little, I don't know, antecedent, it's I don't know, that song really spoke to me. It really did. From the instrumentation to the lyrics and the vocals, I mean, everything in that was great. I see why it's been requested for so long. I think it's been a couple commenters who've like brought this song up on every George Harrison video, and here we are. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That was definitely my favorite of the two. It would be Art of Dying. And there is an art of dying, I guess. And if the song is about limiting one's actions, and maybe like letting go of control, letting go of obsession and possession, that's kind of like what that Eastern philosophy is. It's like just being able to let go of things, and not being attached. Attachments are like the devil in a way. And it's as someone as somebody raised in Western philosophy and culture, basically all the way, it's a very interesting and foreign concept to me to, reincarnation and stuff like that. But for some reason, the itch just I can't scratch it. I think they're right in a way, but it's not in the way that they put it. I think the truth of the crux of the matter, is kind of in between the Western and Eastern philosophy. I feel like there's definitely points on both sides that are correct. I think morality and in different philosophies and such, in a metaphysical sense, they both don't really mean shit. They're just descriptions of descriptions. But in our physical world, I feel like they do. I don't know, that blending. That's kind of what this music is too. It's like a blending of that Eastern philosophy and Western music, and it's that's George for you though, because he was like a walking contradiction. He said one thing and did another, and he was lost in his own world, and he's kind of like me in a way. That's why I need a girl like Shy who anchors me down and brings me back down to earth. I'm not floating up in the clouds, lost in my own head and world all the time, because it's very easy for that, to happen to me, to be honest. And But yeah, I got off track. But, you know, there is an art to dying, and as someone who feels like his days are limited, don't ask me why. It's just, I don't know. I've always felt that way, but here I am still. You know, there is an art of dying. Make it worth it. You know, the art of dying is making your life worth your death. And if it's, I don't know, you know, earn your death. You know, make it, you know, that's one way to earn death is, you know, live a life, you know, live a life worth dying for. And that's what I've tried to do since I've turned my life around is, you know, do something. That's the one thing I didn't do. I was just reductive. I was harming myself on purpose, paying for it every day just to hate myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no winning. There was nothing good, you know? And I'm a very logical, odds kind of based person. And if it's all weighing on the negative, it's sort of like, I gotta go, man. And then I got stabbed. And I was just like, oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. And then, you know, had my daughter, and I haven't touched it since. But I do think about death often because you know, my dad died when I was really young. I've been around death my entire life, basically. I've lost more friends than I probably can count now. In the hundreds. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, not even hyperbolic exaggerations, nothing. And all from fentanyl. But I swear on my father's grave. Like, I really have. And a whole generation's been wiped out. They're just gone. Like, there's no coming back. There's no, oh, we can send you to rehab and get you better in a year or go to jail or so. No, they're dead. You know, they're not coming back. And every single person that died, every single soul that was lost to that shit, that's a stain on a lot of people's hands, to be honest. And as someone who's died himself from fentanyl, but you know, luckily I was brought back for some fucking reason, and here I am, right? And you know, I don't know. I feel like it was almost like it was a weapon used against us. It was like a war that was waged on a specific generation, and I mean, it affected every generation, but like, specifically fighting age men and women of my generation were targeted in a way through, like, I don't even want to get into it, but it all started with like the pain pills and stuff, and it's basically decimated my entire generation, man. All my friends are dead. I've got a couple friends left, you know, back home, but 3/4 of them are all gone, and I'm being honest, and it sucks, and it really sucks being so alone. Like, I was thinking about that today, like, I don't have any friends anymore. I don't see anybody. I don't talk to anybody. Like, and if I don't know, man. I saw one of my friends. He lost his legs. He literally has no legs anymore. They're gone. You know, they literally took him off, bro. He's already making, like, you know, Lieutenant Dan jokes and stuff, and it's like, there is a humor, you know. I guess you gotta have with stuff like that. But damn, bro. There's a lot of tragedy and fucked up shit that happens to people every day, and sometimes death is a better thing than life, and that's the most brutal truth I can tell you. Sometimes death is better, you know, and make it worth it, though, you know. That's what it boils down to. And I want to live as long as possible. I want to see my kids have kids, but, you know, that's not reality. More than likely, I won't be here forever, you know, and I know that. And just, if anything did happen, guess what? You guys rock, and you've made such a huge influence in my life that I don't have a way of really expressing it. There isn't a word or a phrase or a saying that really describes it. And you guys have shared something with me that can never be replicated. And it's all on the internet for people to see. Like, no matter what, if you want to go down the rabbit hole on any band, any artist from this era, hey, Lee Rex got you. I think that's pretty cool. And if I even just, like, made one person, like, enjoy music a little bit more or love it more, I'd be happy with the channel just from that alone. So that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Sorry for going off on a rant. I just it popped in my head, and the art of dying is just I don't know, man. That's a phrase that just sort of springs to mind a lot of things, you know. But I wanted to see who played on that. Okay, so it was produced by Phil Spector. The backing musicians were Eric Clapton and Derek and the Dominoes. So it was, yeah, Gary Wright, Billy Preston, Bobby Keys, Jim Price. It's definitely received a ton of praise. It's spookily proto-disco performance by a rock orchestra recorded with sensitivity and teeth and faraway mics. That's James Hunter of Rolling Stone describing it. Since Harrison's death in 2001, the lyrics have received further recognition as a comment on the nature of human existence. And god damn, does it really do that? Like, it does. I don't want to make this a super long video, but, like, man, does he really strike so many chords here. I could sit here for another 10 minutes and talk about it. And you're like, no, no, no. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to leave, but that was great. And I don't know if that was Clapton or George that played the solo in that song, like that, the sweeping basically. But whoever did, it was fantastic, and the drumming incredible. Just all both of those songs. And I kind of rambled on there for a few minutes, and I probably lost everybody. But hey, that's kind of what happens when it springs to mind. I just kind of go with it. So whatever, screw you. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.